in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, this is Abhishek here from Study Metro. Thank you very much for joining the webinar on the late evening on weekends. And thanks to our Kyla, who is our delegate today from MSOE universities from the USA, which are going to talk about the programs, the scholarships regarding the opportunities in the USA. So there are so many things which will be covered during today's webinar. And if you guys have any questions regarding the schools, regarding the programs, or anything else, you can see the chat box window in your right hand side. Feel free to write down all your questions there, and we will take all the questions after the presentations. So, Kyla, is over to you, and you can take it further from here.
Definitely. Thank you so much. So first, I just wanted to say good evening to everyone. So my name is Kayla Mall, and I work at the Milwaukee School of Engineering. We are a small private university located in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, in the United States. So today I'd like to talk a little bit about my university, talk about our programs, fees, costs, all those kinds of things. And then at the end, we definitely would like to answer any questions that everyone has for us. So just a little bit about myself. So my undergraduate degree is in global studies in Spanish, so international business. And I'm actually currently studying at the Milwaukee School of Engineering in our Master's of Business Administration program. I myself have studied and lived abroad, both in Spain and Costa Rica. So I know what it's like to be an international student and go abroad for your degree. Just some other things, I love to travel, cook, eat, and play with my dog, whose name is Norman, and I've included a picture of him here. Yeah, so I really enjoy working with international students. I definitely have a very international background, so I'm looking forward to talking with all of you and answering some questions today. So the Milwaukee School of Engineering, just wanted to talk about some quick facts before we begin. So we are ranked 10th in undergraduate engineering programs with the US News and World Report ranking. We have a very, very strong engineering curriculum, but we also offer degrees in business, nursing, and math. We have a very high job placement rate for our graduates. So this past year, our graduating class enjoyed a 97% job placement rate, and the average starting salary for our graduates is around $60,000 US per year. We are definitely a very rigorous, academically focused university. So with the undergraduate degrees, by the end of your 4 years, over 600 hours will be spent in our state-of-the-art laboratories. And we also have very small class sizes. So an average classroom will have about 14 students to one professor. So we really emphasize hands-on practical learning at MSOE. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the city of Milwaukee. Milwaukee is the largest city in the state of Wisconsin. This is a picture of some of our downtown buildings on the Milwaukee River, which is very close to campus. So Milwaukee has around 1 to 1.6 million people, kind of depending on where you draw the line on the city. It's located right on the shore of Lake Michigan, and it's about 130 kilometers from Chicago. There's a train that goes directly to Chicago, so many students like to travel there on the weekends to kind of get the big city feel while they're studying. And this is a picture of our university in comparison to the downtown of Milwaukee. So I just kind of have a square here that you can see the MSOE campus. So we do have a soccer team or football team. And I've also highlighted here this building, which is the Groman Tower. And that is where international students are able to live. It's a very great apartment style dormitory. And most students have to wait until their third or fourth year to live there, but international students are able to live there their first year because it does have their own kitchen. So many of our international students like that because they're able to cook food from home instead of having to go to the dormitories to eat. This is just some information about our climate. So we do enjoy the 4 seasons. So we have fall, winter, spring, and summer. I'm going to have some of the average temperatures here. And Milwaukee really is a beautiful, friendly, and clean place to live. These are just some more pictures of different areas of the city. I myself have lived in Milwaukee for the past 8 years, and I really enjoy living in the city. It's big enough where there's always things to do, but it is also small enough where you have a lot of space. People are very friendly, so it's a lot of our international students have said that they love Milwaukee. In terms of culture, we do have an NBA basketball team. We have many art museums, music theaters, festivals. So like I said, there's always something to do any night of the week or weekend. And this is just some example of things. So in Milwaukee, there are over 150 restaurants downtown, for example, 150 parks, 17 museums. So you kind of get the idea that we're a very lively and vibrant city. So now I'd like to talk more about our programs at the Milwaukee School of Engineering, also abbreviated to MSOE. So the university is located downtown, as I said. It's a 10-minute walk to Lake Michigan. And we are a smaller university. We have around 3,000 students, but in the near Milwaukee area, there are maybe 3 to 4 universities. So in our area of downtown, there are around 50,000 students. So it's a very safe place to be, and there are a lot of young people. So like I said, we have currently around 2,900 students, and out of those 2,900 students, we have around 300 international students coming from 30 plus countries. As I said before, we have the 14:1 student to teacher ratio, so you're looking at very small class sizes. And now I'd like to talk about some of our academic programs that we offer. So like I said, we have degrees in engineering, business, nursing, and math, with engineering being our main focus. So our most popular major on campus is definitely mechanical engineering. We also offer electrical engineering, industrial engineering, both software engineering and computer engineering. And this is a very unique feature in the United States. So most universities will have a computer science degree, but we break it down into software engineering and computer engineering. So software engineering is for students who are really interested in programming. We learn a few different types of programming languages in the software engineering program. And then for computer engineering, that's more for students who are interested in the hardware side of things and data structure. With both of the courses, you'll get a little bit of each. So with the software engineering, you will learn some hardware and data structure. And with computer engineering, you'll learn some programming. But students really like it because they can specify or specialize in the type of computer science that they like. And you can also double major as well, which is very popular. Some other types of undergraduate degrees in engineering that we have are architectural engineering, biomedical engineering, biomolecular, and then we also have construction management. And one of our programs that is very popular is we have a civil engineering degree that is a 5-year bachelor plus master's. So the first 4 years is the undergraduate, the bachelor's in civil engineering, and then you just need 1 more year to complete your master's program. We also offer a Bachelor of Business Administration, and students can specialize in one of 4 areas. So we have specializations in finance, information technology systems, international supply chain and logistics, and also marketing. For our math programs, we have a Bachelor of Actuarial Science, and this is definitely one of our strongest programs. In 2016, it was ranked as the 2nd best program in the United States by College Choice. And we also have a nursing program. So we have a Bachelor of Nursing. And something to mention about all of our undergraduate programs is we offer something called direct entry. So some universities in the United States, they accept you as a student for the university in general, but then you have to actually apply again to get into your specific area of specialty. So like nursing or engineering, especially these 2 majors. And many universities do not have enough spots for the number of students they have. So at MSOE, once you are accepted into the university, you are directly accepted into your major, and you're able to start your major classes in the first quarter that you begin. So a lot of classes or a lot of universities have lots of general courses that you need to complete, and we do have some of those, but MSOE is a place for students who really know what they would like to study, and they're able to start studying their material right away. So just to talk a little bit more about our educational philosophy, we guarantee graduation in 4 years with our Bachelor's of Science. So for each major at MSOE, we have the 4-year plan provided for students. So students every quarter, they meet with their academic advisor and they plan out what classes they will take. And as long as students follow the 4-year plan and they pass their courses, we guarantee the graduation in 4 years. We also provide students with state-of-the-art laboratories. So we work with many local companies who sponsor laboratories, and they work with MSOE to tell us what skills they would like graduates to be learning. So some of the labs on campus are sponsored by companies like Johnson Controls, GE Healthcare, Harley-Davidson, places like this. And as I mentioned before, within the 4 years of study, you will have over 600 laboratory hours completed. And there are more laboratories on campus than there are classrooms. So we really emphasize the practical hands-on approach to learning. And because of this, our graduates are very prepared. And I think that it shows in our placement rate and average starting salary. So that 97% placement rate is one of our features that we pride ourselves on the most. Something to mention as well is that for most of our majors, especially the engineering majors, students will complete a practical senior design project. So this is completed in their 4th year of school. And they will be working with students from their major as well as other majors to complete some sort of project with a real life company. So one example of a project that students just completed this senior year, and a few of our Indian students were on the team, is they built a robot for NASA. There's a NASA competition every year, and they built a robot that is designed to go on Mars and to help filter the sand. So it picks up the sand and to analyze it to see if there's water. So that's just one example of a practical senior design project that you as a student could do. Also, all of our professors are extremely qualified. They have an average of 7 years of industry experience before they start working as a professor. And our professors conduct both our classes and our labs. So we do not have teaching assistants at MSOE. Every class will be one-on-one with your professor. I've also highlighted here some of our accreditations. So for engineering, ABET is a very important one. That's the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. We're also accredited under the National Learning Commission and the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education. So as I mentioned before, as an international student, you have the option to live at our Groman Tower, which is MSOE's newest housing option for upperclassmen, so junior and senior American students, as well as international students. It is apartment style, so you have your own bathroom, your own kitchen, and it includes all utilities. So heat, air conditioning, electricity, water, internet, all of those things are included. International students really enjoy living here, and the price is actually quite cheap for the location and what you receive. So it's definitely one of the pluses. Many students ask about how they can get involved on campus besides academics. So we have lots of student organizations and societies. I just highlighted some of them here, like the NASA Robotics Mining Team that I was mentioning before. We have an American Society of Mechanical Engineers who participate in many competitions throughout the United States. And one of our probably most exciting organizations to be a part of is the Formula Hybrid team. So you can see here on the right that every year the team builds and constructs a Formula Hybrid race car. And this past May, our team actually took first place in the world for their car. So they competed with universities all over the world, and they were able to take the first place. So we are definitely very proud of them. Really, we have any organization or any interest that you have, there probably is a group for that. So we have both like competitive and intramural sports in a variety of different sports. We have video game clubs, singing, dancing, music, really anything you can think of, there is a club on campus. So now I'd like to just talk a little bit about our admission requirements. So we require official transcripts with a minimum 3.0 grade point average equivalency. So for the 10th and 12th grade certificates in India, we're looking for a 7.0 or higher. For a TOEFL, we require an A2 TOEFL or a 6.5 IELTS. We do not require the ACT or SAT, but it is recommended. And if you take one of these tests and you get a high enough score, you are eligible for higher scholarships. So I recommend anyone who is interested in MSOE to look into taking this test. Also, especially for our engineering programs, we're looking for a strong math and science background. All of our engineering courses are calculus based, so we expect students to start at a calculus level. And then for the F1 visa purposes, we also require the official financial guarantee. And we do have a free application, so you can apply for free online at www.start.msoe.edu. I should mention as well about our scholarships. So we do offer scholarships between $10,000 to $14,000 US dollars per year, with an opportunity for 2 half tuition scholarships per year. So those 2 half tuition scholarships are for students that have very high grades and definitely have the ACT or SAT and have high scores as well. And then we are also looking for students who have a rich background outside of academics. So usually students who win this scholarship participate in some sort of sport or club outside of school. And we are still accepting applications for this fall. We will be accepting them more or less for the next month, but if you are interested, I recommend applying within the next week to 10 days. And I should mention as well that for students who do not have the required TOEFL or IELTS score, we do have conditional admission. So we can admit you, and then once you could come to the United States, either at our English as a second language program or another program. And then we do have a bridge program or dual admission. So that's for students who are almost at the 82 or 6.5 level, but there may be a couple points within that range. During your first quarter, you're able to take 2 English classes and then 2 to 3 undergraduate classes. So you're still able to be admitted with that lower TOEFL or IELTS score. So just to recap, why we think that MSOE is a great school is we have the 4-year graduation guarantee. We have an extremely high placement rate of 97% and an extremely high average starting salary of around $60,000 US dollars. Our small class sizes and extensive laboratory hours really make graduates well-rounded students who are able to start work in their profession. And like I said, we do have scholarships available to international students to help with the cost of tuition. So yeah, that's basically all that I have. I guess at this point, does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, we already start getting the questions from the students. So first question I came across from Samrat Kapoor, and he mentioned his question is that when you mention 97%, can statistics of international students be shown as differently? Because 97% will contain the domestic or in-house students too.
Definitely, yeah. So that 97% is like an average of all of our students. I know that last year they did survey the international class, and I believe that 94% of them were either getting jobs or going to graduate school. And I should mention as well, I didn't really talk about it, but a lot of our students will pursue OPT, which is the optional practical training. So that's basically, 1 year of authorization through the US government to work. And then if you're in a STEM program, so science, technology, engineering, or math, you're able to apply for a 2-year extension. So many of our graduates, they end up with 3 years of working experience within the United States after graduating.
Okay. The second question comes from Hardik Rathod, and his question is that do you offer engineering in mechatronics or in robotics?
Yeah, so I actually get that question a lot, and um, the major that most closely matches up to that is mechanical engineering, and then within mechanical engineering, you're actually able to specialize in a few different areas. So I know robotics is a very popular area, so a lot of students will focus in that. So the degree would be mechanical engineering, but then within the curriculum or within the classes you take for your electives, you can choose to specialize in one area.
Okay, thank you. So other
Mhm.
questions I have from my one counselor, he said question is regarding that do you require any VAS or NSCS evaluation for the international students?
Could you repeat that?
Um, one more student asked the question, one more counselor asked the question is that do you require any evaluation for the international students?
Oh, sure, like a credential evaluation?
Yep.
Nope, so we actually do not. So we do all of our evaluation within our department.
Okay. There's another question come from Diksha is that I did my PhD in micro manufacturing. I want to pursue doctoral degree at MSOE. We could have this course.
So we actually do not offer doctorate degrees at MSOE. So we're only an undergraduate and graduate university.
Okay. And
Mhm.
another questions come that you mentioned about that you have the bridge program available for those students who does not have IELTS 6.5 band. What is a bridge program? The tuition cost will come and what is the duration of that?
Definitely. So the the tuition is just the same as it would be for any other quarter. So basically, in your first quarter, so MSOE has a quarter system instead of semesters. So you can think of it, there are 3 um, sessions or periods of school within the school year. And then if you would like to study in the summertime, you can, but it's not required. So within a quarter, which is 3 months, so we have three-month sessions, you would only do the dual admission or the bridge program for the first quarter. And so basically it would be, like I said, two to three undergraduate courses towards your major. And the other 1 to 2 courses, they're still undergraduate courses. So they're still for credit. They count towards your grade point average, but they would just be, we think of them as like a remedial or a preparation course. So it's not like English grammar, you're not learning English. You're learning how to write academic research papers in English, write like scientific lab reports, skills that you'll need in the engineering program that will just help you prepare you to be a better, like more well-rounded student. So the tuition is exactly the same. It's not anything extra. And it's basically just 1 to 2 extra courses your first 3 months.
Okay, that's great. So I'm launching one poll right now. It helps us to understand that which intake are you looking for. So students, please participate in this poll so that we have a clear picture that which intake are you focusing so that we can provide you the complete information.
Okay, great.
Okay. So in the meantime, I'll take some more questions from you. Is that what is the total tuition fees are coming if the students are finishing in 4 years?
Yeah, so the tuition per year is around $37,000 right now. Um, so if you multiply that by 4, that's around, I would say like a little bit less than, what is that, like 140,000 to 150,000? Let's see here. Yep. So at the $37,000 mark, that would be 148,000 US dollars. However, that does not include our scholarships. So for the scholarships, you can subtract $10,000 to $14,000 per year off of that. So really, if a student would get the lowest scholarship, which is the $10,000, that would make the tuition over 4 years be around $108,000. And if they got the highest scholarship, which is the half tuition, that would make tuition for 4 years around $74,000.
Okay. So you mean to say the international students can get minimum $10,000 to 50% of tuition fee scholarships.
Exactly. Yep. So the 10,000 to like around $12,000 per year, those are for students who have good grades, but they haven't taken the ACT or SAT. And then the 14,000 to the 50% tuition scholarship, those are for very high-end students, so high grade point average, good SAT or ACT scores.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Mhm.
So mostly they have to apply for the scholarships on different portal or something, or they can automatically get the $10,000 scholarship when they apply through us.
Exactly. Yep. So they would do the regular application process. I actually process all the international admission at MSOE, and I also do all of the I-20s. So I'm kind of the one person who takes care of all of those things. So once I receive a student's application and I can see their grades, their TOEFL score, or IELTS, their SAT or ACT, then at that point I make the admissions decision and I also make the scholarship decision. And so if they're eligible for the $14,000 scholarship, then they're automatically put into another group, which is the half tuition group, and that's a separate application process. And we give those away every February for the next upcoming year. Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Sorry, I muted myself and then I was talking. Sorry for
Oh,
that.
it's okay, don't worry.
Okay,
Problem.
so I shared the poll result. So we have the students 2020 for fall, spring, summer, and 40% of students has not yet decided. And I am hoping after
Mhm.
listening this presentation, they will decide and they will apply to MSOE University. So
Definitely. And actually, on this last slide, I didn't show this, but this is my contact information if anyone has any questions for me.
yeah, but I still have a questions for you. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I have three poll to run, so this is my first poll result only.
Gotcha.
Okay, so another questions come from the Biksha is that regarding one second,
Mhm.
any fellowships or something is available for the international students?
So at our university, we actually don't have the teaching assistants, so we don't have any of those opportunities.
Okay, but do you offer any kind of internships for the international students?
Oh, sure. So we don't have any specifically through the university, but like I was talking about, a lot of students will apply for OPT and they'll do internships in like the summertime. And there is also something called CPT, which is curricular practical training. Um, and many schools do it differently, but basically, as long as a student needs a course that requires an internship, so we do have some of those at MSOE, they're able to apply for the CPT, which is a lot easier process. It doesn't cost money like OPT does. And then if they complete CPT part-time, they don't have to use up their OPT. So they can still save that 12 months or 1 year of OPT for after school. So we are in a very populated metropolitan area. There are a lot of very large companies And locally, MSUE is known as a very good school. So a lot of our international students find internships. Like I'm just thinking, for example, this summer, I know we have some students working at like Rockwell Automation. One student is working for GE Healthcare, Direct Supply, which is a large local company. So university doesn't offer any internships like through the school, but the opportunities are definitely there for students.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So the students who are international students, they can work on campus part time, or they are allowed to work part time off campus through CPT.
Exactly. Yep. So we have lots of on-campus jobs, both in the admissions office. So I have two international students who work for me. And usually, students will work like 10 to 12 or 10 to 20 hours per week. And then, like you said, if it works with their courses, they can do CPT off campus.
Okay. I have another student, Manavjeet, and his question is that I got refused for my visa, and I have
Mhm.
enough fund as well, and I have a IELTS 6.5. I want to go for the Bachelor of
Mhm.
Mechanical Engineering program. Should I apply again and do my mechanical here is being a news? Like I can get a visas for your university?
Yeah, and I know it's a very difficult question, and I know many people do tend to get denied their first time. So for us, we've participated in other webinars with like the Department of State in the United States, and just talking, with universities all across the United States. And really, what we've learned is the counselors or the consulates are really looking for a few things from students. So they want to make sure that you have ties to your home country and plans to return. So I think that's a really important thing is for students to know what they're studying, why they're studying it, and what they will plan to do when they come home. Um, I think a lot of times students get denied because they're not able to explain why they want to study in the United States, and they don't know what their plans are when they come back to their home country. So that's really the main reason we've seen students get denied. And I think just in general knowing about where you're going. So some students they've been asked questions, where is Milwaukee located? What kind of majors are at the school? So it's it's hard to say because every student's situation is different. Um, but if he has the 6.5 IELTS and he has admission to a university and he got denied, it could honestly be a variety of factors. So that's kind of my best advice is just to really make sure that you know what you're studying, you know what your plans are after school is finished, and that you can prove to the counselor that you're planning to come back, so that your plan is not to immigrate to the United States. That's really the most important thing.
Okay. While you're answering this question, Manojit has mentioned a couple of the things about himself, like his
Mhm.
father is having one mechanical factory. He's only one son, and he already shown to them that I will come back again to the India because I have a factory here, but still his visa got
Mhm.
refused. So, Manavjit, the first thing which I want to suggest you is that please let us know which university you also apply, because sometimes we have seen that the university also matter, that what are the universities you are applying. If they are accredited universities and if they are the ranked universities, the visa chances are very high for them. The second thing, Manavjit, I have to tell you is that you should also get the proper preparation before you apply for the visa. So generally, how Study Metro help all international students that we have the e-learning courses, and we provide the complete visa training online. So you'll get a portal access where you learn about the visas from ex visa officers. Okay, where they will tell you what exactly they're looking for, and there are six different modules are there which talk about the finance, which talk about your hometownness, which talk about serious students, which talk about the truthfulness. So there are so many things, assignments which you have to do that, so that basically you understand what exactly kind of question can be asked by the visa officers and how you have to give those answers. So I would appreciate if because MOS OE is a free application. So if you are still
Mhm.
looking for the your higher education in the states, we definitely want you to apply uh, today itself. So I'll just mention my email ID here so that you can send your documents to us, and then we'll take your course on free of cost. Okay, so you don't have to pay anything. We will get your admissions, and the same times we'll provide you the visa training also, and we will make sure that you will get the visas this time. Okay. So in the meantime, I have a two and three profiles with me. Okay, and my counselor is having it, and they just want to know about their credentials, so they can discuss about it. In the meantime, I run the second poll also, and I have result with me. So I'll share the result with all that we have today. Audience most probably looking for the engineering program, and then 20% audience is looking for the medical program. So Kritika, you can take it from
Perfect.
here.
Yeah, hi.
Go
Like
ahead.
I have two
Hello.
students' profile currently with me. One profile is the student name is Sunny. He has an IELTS of 7 band and his percentage is 65, wherein he is looking forward for a mechanical.
Mhm.
That is
Okay.
an undergrad. So I just wanted to know, like, is there any kind of a scholarship available for this particular profile, and what are his chances?
Definitely. So is the 65%, is that from the 12th grade certificate or
Sorry, your voice was breaking.
oh, sorry, I was just wondering if the 65% from the 10th grade certificate or the 12th grade certificate.
It's 12. 65% is 12, and in 10th he has 63%. And he has an IELTS of 7 band, and he was looking forward for mechanical undergrad.
Sure. Yeah, and so for the percentages, we typically don't look at the percentage. We look at the
Mhm.
at like the number out of 10. So would that be like a 6.5 out of 10?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually out of 10, 6.5. That's fine.
Gotcha. 6.5 out of 10. Okay. 6.5 and 6.3. So we're hoping for that 7.0 or above for students. But depending, I would have to look a little bit more closely at his scores just to see what he scored in for each subject. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes if students are very high in math, chemistry, and physics, and maybe they struggle a little bit with like English or one of the other topics, then we are able to kind of look at transcripts on a case by case basis, like an individual student by student basis. So yeah, if I was able to see his transcripts, I could kind of make a further decision. That,
Yeah, I
that
think
makes
his
sense.
GPA will come around 3.0 out of 4. Yeah.
Yeah, and as long as it's around that 3.0, that's definitely what we're shooting for.
Okay, that's great. What about
And
the
the
second?
second profile which I'm looking forward is into masters in computer science. The person name is Mandeep. She has a 3-year gap in her education. Like she has done her undergrad and then she was
Mhm.
like, she has a gap for it, and now her IELTS is only 5.5. So is there any chances for her to get into a master's?
Yeah, so for our master's programs, we actually don't have computer science. We do have an engineering management master's degree, like a general engineering master's, and you can specialize in mechanical, architectural, or civil engineering. And then we do have like the MBA, so Master's of Business Administration. So if she was interested in one of those, that would definitely be an option. But just knowing that she has the 5.5 on the IELTS, she would most likely have to come for some English training, excuse me, before she was able to be admitted to the program. So she would be eligible for a conditional admission.
There's one more person who's again looking forward for undergrad CS itself with an IELTS of
Mhm.
6.5. So he also has this question like, can he apply for this September intake? Like because it's already very late, and he did not got his final consolidated thing for IELTS. Like his official IELTS is yet to come. He has got the
Mhm.
declaration, but official IELTS is yet to come. So will it be fine if we can process the application now?
Yeah, definitely. So we accept scanned copies at first of all of the documents. That's okay. And then students, we just need them to be either mailed to us physically, or the students can bring the official documents with them when they arrive. But it's just really important that they have them before they start classes. But yeah, we are definitely still accepting applications for fall. And because I'm kind of the one person that handles everything, depending on my workload, I can usually determine an admission like within 1 week.
Sure. So these profiles, like the two of them for undergrad, I'll be sending it max by today evening or Monday morning.
Monday.
Monday we will be sending it to you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Definitely, no problem.
Okay, so before we finish this webinar today, I'll just run my third poll so everybody can participate in the meantime. And um, whatever the students already participate in this webinar, I would like to say thank you very much to everybody, and especially our delegates who came down in early morning on the weekends. Today is Saturday, so they came down on the Saturdays. So thank you very much everyone to participate in this webinar. If you still have any questions, because of the time limit, we cannot take all your questions. But still, if you have any questions, you can write it down and we can talk about it. I'll take another two questions from you because Hardik has mentioned two and three times. One is that he having 79% in the 12th and he's having a 7.5 IELTS. What are the chances of my mechanical engineering at MSOE?
Yeah, just knowing the 79%, so 7.9, that is a really great score. I would have to again, see the math and the physics and chemistry sections. But I think that the student would have a great chance for the mechanical engineering program based on his scores.
Okay, that's fine. Hardik, you can send your documents on our email ID. That is abhishek at studymethod.com or admission at studymethod.com. Or I personally speak with you on Monday. Okay. And it's application is free, everything is free here. So feel free to apply to us so that we can take your case and then we can get the I-20 as soon as possible. So can we, like, if we are applying on Monday 2 and 3 application, can we expect their I-20 within a week time?
Yeah, so for the I-20, as long as they have like the financial guarantee and all the documentation needed, yeah, I would definitely be able to get the I-20 out within a week. And we use FedEx, so there's a tracking number and everything like that. Normally, documents get to India within, I would say, 4 to 8 business days.
Okay. So Hardik, please do not forget to include your financial documents also. It's like a bank statement. If you need any sample copy, we can forward to you. So submit the complete documents by Monday, so that we can get your I-20 by next week itself. The last question, the and I was surprising why this question is not coming. So this question came at last, that after Trump elected as a president in the USA, is there any visas issues in India which you think?
So for us so far, we haven't seen any increase in visa denials for India. Um, I think that the main countries affected, um, they've increased. They call it more extreme vetting, right? So they're looking at the details of the visa applicants more closely in specific countries. But for our university specifically, we have not seen any increase in denials for India.
Okay, that's really great. And I have
Yeah.
the poll result also with me. So out of 10, 80 people, 80% people have said that out of 10 to 10. So thank you very much for those people. And 8 we have got from the 20% from audience. So thank you very much all. Okay, then I think we are end of our webinar. Still, we are getting some questions, but hopefully we will call you, everybody, all the students, on by Monday, and then we can take whatever the questions you have. Or feel free to reach us on our call center number, that is 8088 867 867. Do you want to say something to the students?
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to say thank you. Like you said, I know it's a weekend, and I'm sure everyone is very busy. So I really appreciate you listening to some more information about the Milwaukee School of Engineering. And like you said, Abe, if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact City Metro or myself. And we would really enjoy having you at our university. I think it's a great university for students who are very focused and passionate about getting a high quality education in the United States. So our students work very, very hard, but I think they enjoy very great results after graduation. So yeah, so just thank you and thank you, Study Metro, for giving our university the opportunity to present today.
Okay, thank you very much to you also, and happy weekend to all. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you. Okay, bye.